Alright guys, this is my Remington 700 SPS varmint stainless fluted in 308. Completely factory, you know, obviously other than my add-ons. Harris 9 to 13 inch bipod, Bushnell Elite Tactical 3 to or no, I'm sorry, excuse me, 5 to 15 by 40. Got a little, not even sure the brand of this, cheap little cheek riser pad on there for now because the comb is way too low. It's a, let's see if I can get that. It is, focus. It's not gonna focus. It is a Beartooth Products. Little neoprene deal. We just slip over there. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but it's gonna get me by until I can find something I like better. The gun is clear, just for everybody's peace of mind. There is nothing in the weapon. So, here's the deal. We are going to attempt to free float this with very little work involved until I can get my Bell & Carlson MK2 adjustable stock on here. We're going to try to free float this best way we can, just as a temporary solution. So let me get right back to you, and I'll show you what's going on. Okay, real quick, I just want to show you guys, I've got a little piece of printer paper here I ripped off. Not very fancy. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. You guys probably know I'm using my good old iPhone to video with, but I just want to show you this will not go any further than that. You'll have to trust me on that. Obviously the scope's in the way and I can show you two-handed, but it doesn't go past there. We're going to try to get it to go clear back in here somewhere, as far as I can. So let me chalk her up in the little vise over there and show you what's going on. Alright guys, I'm back. Okay, original plan was here and here are where the two action screws come through, okay, and where the action seats against the stock, here and here. The original plan was to cut two plastic shims out of some plastic packaging. I guess a milk jug would work. A little bit thicker option would be, I've seen guys do a detergent bottle. I was just going to use some plastic packaging I had and cut a couple of shims, one here and one to fit here. That barreled action would sit on top then and sit further away from the stock, thus floating the barrel in theory. But now I pulled this out of here, and when I really got to looking at it, I don't think you'll be able to see it on video. Oh, here we go. Okay. You see how here it's nice and smooth, right? Here there's a little lip right there on both sides. If we get it going this way, you can kind of see those little lips there. Not on that one, not there. It is on that one. It's not on any of the rest of them. So you get down here to the end, and there's two little bumps right there where it's designed to rest. And if you notice, that's about how far I got my paper in before it started touching. So what I'm going to do, hopefully, is I'm going to take my round file, rat tail file off these two humps right here, and these two, find it in the camera, right here, set my barrel to action back in there and see if that gives me a float. I kind of think it will. From looking at the barrel, if I can get that to refocus, from looking at the barrel, it looks like that's the only two places that it touches. There are rub marks on the barrel. We'll see. I'm going to give that a try. We'll see how it comes out, and then I'll be right back. Alright, real quick, you can see here, I went ahead and just filed that down a little bit, filed each one of these down a little, back to here where the where the recoil lug sits. Just kind of, these were the real bad ones that had that lip on there. Got them as uniform as I could. I don't really care what it looks like because no one's ever going to see it other than me, you, and the rest of the YouTube world. But I'm not too concerned with the looks. I didn't affect the structural integrity of the stock. I mean, there's not much structural integrity to it in the first place. And I plan on getting a new one eventually anyway. So, we're going to put this together, see if that helped. If it worked, we'll leave it alone. If it didn't, we'll do the shims, and we'll be right back. Okay, that absolutely did not work. You'd have to take a lot of material out of here. I got it past here. It hung up. It was either here or here. I want to say it was right here. It hung up. One way I can think to do this, do it the right way, the only right way you'd be able to do it with this, is to bed this, bed the whole action, bed the whole fore end of this gun, all in all these little pockets here, okay? And then after you bed it, you take from your from your recoil lug forward and take and sand it out a lot. That would make this gun extremely heavy, which precision stocks are pretty heavy to begin with, so that wouldn't be a big deal. I think that's more trouble than it's really worth. I don't know if I'll do it or not. I might, who knows. Right now, I'm going to cut shims here and here, and we'll see what that does. Alright guys, here's my conclusion. This was entirely pointless. That's the conclusion I've come to. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Focus. Okay. See the gap there? See how easily that moves? See the gap on this side? How there almost isn't one? All of a sudden a big one when I push on it. This stock is so flimsy that when it's held up like that, yeah, it's floating. As soon as you put any, as soon as you let the weight of the gun down on the front of the stock, it starts touching the barrel again. I mean, it's a lot better than it was. See if I can get this in here one-handed. All right. Come on. Okay. So, here you can see that, especially the further back you get, if you can get far enough back, well, anyway, it's hard one hand. I could show you. I can go clear back to here with it. It touches up front because the stock is so flimsy. Like I said earlier, if you were to bed the entire thing from the very end of the stock clear back to the back of the action, and then take and file out or sand out, or however you want it to, the extra space in the stock to free float the barrel, I think that might work. For my time, the time that I would take to put into that, and the mess that it would be, and the pain in the ass that it would be, I'm not going to bother doing that. I'm getting Bell & Carlson stock anyway. There's no real point. For me. For someone, maybe. For me, no. It shoots sub MOA right now with the barrel touching without being bedded. No pillars, nothing. So, you know, that's good enough, and it's gonna get a hell of a lot better when I throw another stock on here. So, for my money, leave it the hell alone. And if you really need a free floated stock or a free floated barrel, buy an aftermarket stock, because this one's just not for it. It's too flimsy. So that's my conclusion. Have a good one, guys.